Hi, second graders. Our lesson today is going to look very similar to our lesson from yesterday, except today we get to go into the hundreds place value. So our objective is I can add 3-digit numbers using branching. And remember, your responsibility as a second grader is to have at least 2 different ways that you can solve addition problems. So last week we talked about using the base 10 blocks, and this week we're talking about branching. So let's go ahead and get started. I think you're going to find this pretty similar to yesterday, so it might go a little bit quicker. So I'm going to do 3 examples, and then I'm going to have you do the next 2 with me. So for these, you can just follow along. So I'm going to add 145 plus 4. So remember, I look at my first addend, and I'm going to branch it into the hundreds, the tens, and the ones, kind of like writing in an expanded form. So for 145, I know I have 100, which is equal to 100. I have 4 tens, which is equal to 40. And I have 5 ones, which is equal to 5. So now my first addend is done. So now I'm going to go to my second addend. My second addend is just 4. And remember, I put that below the dotted lines. So I know this is 4 ones. So I'm going to put it in my ones place value. Next, I need to add together all of my ones. So I have 5 ones plus 4 ones. I know that is equal to 9. Next, I have my 4 tens, and I didn't have any tens in my second addend, so it just stays 4 tens, which is 40. And in the hundreds, I had 100, no hundreds in my second addend, so it stays 100. So you see how this looks like our expanded form down here without the little plus signs. It would be 100 plus 40 plus 9, which I know in standard form is 149. All right, let's try another one. This time, let's do 263 plus 16. So let's take our 263 and let's branch it into hundreds, tens, and ones. I have a 2 in the hundreds place, which I know is equal to 200. I have a 6 in the tens place, and I know that's equal to 60. I have a 3 in the ones place, and that is equal to 3. Now let's look at our second addend. Our second addend is 16. Do we have any hundreds? Nope. But we do have a 10. We have 1 10. And we have some ones. We have 6 ones. All right, let's start in the ones. Let's combine our place values together. So I have my 3 ones plus my 6 ones. That is equal to 9 ones. Next, I have my 60 and my 10 that I'm combining together. So I know that's 6 tens plus 1 10. So it's basically 6 plus 1. 6 plus 1 is 7, but it's tens. So it's going to be 7 tens, which is 70. And then I have my 200 from my first addend and no hundreds in my second addend. So that stays 200. So I have 279. Your sum is 279. All right, watch me do one more example, and then it'll be your turn to do it with me. I have 481 plus 315. All right, let's build our first addend, 481. In my hundreds place, I have 4 hundreds. In my tens place, I have 8 tens. In my ones place, I have 1 1. All right, let's look at your second addend, 315. I have 3 hundreds, 1 10, and 5 ones. All right, let's start in our ones. Let's combine our ones. I have 1 1 plus 5 ones equals 6 ones. 80 plus 10, or 8 tens plus 1 10 would be 90. And now I have 4 hundreds plus 3 hundreds, which would be 700. When we put our numbers together, all of our place values, our answer is 796. All right, it's your turn to do it with me. So go ahead and draw out your HTO chart. Remember the dotted line that goes down the middle to separate our two different addends. All right, in your HTO chart, let's go ahead and build our first addend. Our first addend is 133. All right, put in your hundreds, put in your tens, and put in your ones. So you have 133. All right, let's build your second addend, 26. Put in your hundreds, put in your tens, put in your ones. All right, hopefully your hundreds is blank, or if you wanted to, you could put a little 0 there. Your tens is 2 tens, and your ones is 6. All right, now you're going to add together your ones. Write your answer right down here. Now you're going to add together your tens. Put your answer right down here. And finally, let's add together our hundreds. And you can put your answer right down here. Now you're going to combine your hundreds, tens, and ones together to get your answer. Did you get 159? All right, let's try one more. We're going to do 555 plus 120. Build your HTO chart, and this time I'm going to have you do all the parts all by yourself without me talking you through it. So go ahead and pause the video, complete your hundreds, tens, and ones chart, and find the sum, and then play the video to see if you got your answer right. All right, let's check. Your first addend should have been 555. Your second addend should have been 120, 0. Notice I put a 0 in for the ones because there's no ones in our second addend. Then when I combined them all together, I got 600 for my hundreds, 70 for my tens, and 5 for my ones, which means my answer was 675. Hopefully you got that same answer. All right, today for independent practice, it's very similar to what you did yesterday, except today we are going into the hundreds. So don't forget to branch each of your numbers, add up your total. Also, I like to see the answer up here. There isn't a little line for it, but sometimes it's easier to see your answer when it's up there. So don't forget to write your answer or your sum up here.